Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 247 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit and crochet, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, March the 1st, 2025. I can't believe we're already in March. Oh my gosh. Anywho, it's Saturday, March the 1st. It's a gorgeous day out. It's bright, sunny, a few little white puffy clouds in the sky. Nice temperature. It's in the 40s or low 50s. Beautiful out, even though I haven't been outside. I've been inside all day. But anyways, it's nice out there, trust me. So, if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming by and checking out my channel. I'm so happy to have you come by for a visit. Hope you like it and stick around. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another episode to see what kind of shenanigans I've been up to. I'm so happy to have you with me here every week, week after week, to see what I've been up to. Always so happy to have any and all of you here with me. So if you've not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would click the little subscribe button and hit the bell notification, like the video, comment. I love reading your comments. All that good stuff. All the YouTube-y things. My eyes are... I think there's allergy stuff starting up. My eyes are irritating me this afternoon. Anywho, happy to have everyone here. I'm tired. It's been a week. I'll talk about that after. Towards the end, I will talk about this week has been a week. And so... I have a finished object and some progress on another whip. So I just have two things to show you today. But the big news, I finished my qualifying round Sock Madness socks, and they just got accepted like 20 minutes ago. And I'm officially in the competition now. I will be placed on a team in the next while and into the full-scale competition. So, without further ado, here are my finished socks. Still have ends to be woven in. I'll do that later, probably this evening. But here they are. I like them. I haven't tried them on my feet. I probably won't bother because the legs are far too long for my fat legs. So, but they have a contrasting color bind off, cables, and ribbing. The yarn, they're a little bit baggy on the, because when I try to knit quickly, my gauge loosens up. I potentially should move down to smaller needles when I'm doing these competition socks, but they'll be a gift for someone. I'll probably give these away to somebody. Anyway, these ones are, sorry, I'm just looking down at my notes to get the name right. The Conjoined Sock Twins, and it's by Catherine Richmond. And with these socks, to be honest, I struggled. I really struggled with these socks. I don't know if it's just been a lot of stress going on the past couple weeks, which is true. Or what? They're not complicated, but I struggled with these. I love them. It's a great pattern. It's a funky pattern. So if you remember last week, this was the first part. You started at the toe. You did the toe, then you went up the leg, you did the gusset increasing, then the heel turn, which that was my first part where I got a little bit twisted around in my noggin, was getting the gusset increasing done and getting the heel turn and just making sure everything was working out the way it should. It wasn't complicated, but somehow my brain just went, ugh, and I struggled with it. Both on the first and the second sock. So, anywho, I don't know what it was. I just don't know where my brain was with this one. Then once the heel flap was done, you did cables, which were relatively simple cables, nothing complex with that. And then you kept on knitting. You did the ribbing portion on the cuff, and then you did a few rounds of plain stockinette, and then you kept going. Pretend the yellow is not there right now. You kept going. You did the cuff portion on the second sock. Then you did the ribbing, or the cable, cable section on the second sock. Then you did the heel flap, heel turn, and again my brain had a moment getting everything figured out with that. And this is my second sock, so it's a little looser and baggier than the first sock was. And I was trying to pick up speed. Then once you got through the heel turn, the gusset decreasing, you kept motoring along down the foot and down to the toe. So the bottom half, the second sock was mirrored to the first sock. So it was attached. So when you were finished, mostly finished, it was one continuous sock scarf. And then you took a pair of scissors to it and you snipped a thread, and then you picked up on either sock, and then with a contrasting color you did a bind off. I think I got about 20 new gray, at least 20 new gray hairs doing unattaching the twins and making them or I guess they're identical twins, even though they went in the opposite direction. But to take them from conjoined twins to separated twins, I hurt my brain. It caused me some stress. There might have been a couple tears, maybe. But when I tell you more of the story about what all was going on this week, it'll make some sense. So I had finished all the knitting was done, and it was still one long sock tube on Thursday evening. And I thought, well, I wanted to finish them on Thursday so badly, because on Friday we were heading out of town and we weren't planning on being back until sometime early afternoon on Saturday. The plans got changed a little bit, and then they got changed a lot a bit. So we had to leave really early on Friday, and we came back on Friday after all. We didn't stay overnight. I'll explain more of that in a bit. So I wanted to get to bed by 9 because we had to get up at 3:45 in the morning. And I wanted to get them done, but I was like, I'm going to mess this up if I keep trying this. No. So by the time we got home Friday afternoon, I barely knew my name. So I thought, I'm not even going to touch them Friday at all. So I put them aside and I finished. I snipped and finished the bind off late morning. So I got it done. And then I got it submitted, and it was about 2.5 hours before I heard back from, I got like a little horn sticking out the side of my head. We'll just leave that there. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that. Oh, I probably don't need to be drinking Diet Mountain Dew or Mountain Dew Zero. I'm tired. So I submitted my socks a little after 1 o'clock. It was almost 3:30 when I got a reply saying that a congratulations email saying that my socks were good and that I was going to be placed on a team. So now I started filming. So that I was waiting because I wanted to be able to tell you whether it qualified or not. I suspected they would, but I always have this nagging fear that I've messed up something that I haven't seen or haven't noticed, that I did a cable wrong or that I messed up something. But thankfully all was good. So they're done. I qualified. We'll be hearing a lot more about Sock Madness in the next while. Over the next, hopefully, several weeks. I hope I can get through several rounds, but we'll see we'll wait and see what the patterns are like and what we get. Time will tell. So in the meantime, I thought, well, I'm going to go back to working on my warm-up pattern socks. Those are not part of the competition. They were just an optional pair of socks that we could make. I got started on them. I kind of dawdled. I was busy working on blankets for my friends' girls. I didn't really push myself to get them done before the qualifying round for socks came up. So I took them with me when we were gone yesterday. I got some work done while I was sitting in the car waiting. And I did a little bit last night while we were watching a movie, but I was zombie tired, so I thought I didn't get much done. So these qualifying round socks are the Gansy Adventure socks, and they are by Zaliwa, Z-Z-A-L-I-W-A. Okay, you can see my hair when it's over. Oh, I'll leave my little antenna out. So anyway, here's where I am with them now. When I saw you last, the legs were done. So I managed part of the day on Friday, and yeah, just Friday, I got one of the heel flaps done. I'll get the other one. I'm going to work on the other heel flap, and the heel turns, I'll work on that later this evening after supper, after I'm done editing and things here. So those are coming along nicely, and that's a fun pattern because you have a choice. You had multiple times where you could make choices as part of the adventure. So you had options of how to do the cuff. Then you had 3 different Gansy type patterns you could choose from for the leg, and you'll have the same 3 choices for the foot as well. So I chose the Path of Stars for the top, and I'm going to do the Path of Trees on the foot. You also had choices for the heel flap, how you did the heel flap. You also have choices on how to do, whether you have a narrow, medium, or wide heel. Like the heel turn. And then you'll also have a choice on how you do the patterning on the toe. So I'm hoping I can get those. I would like to get those done before the round 1 socks come out. We'll see. The qualifying round officially ends at, I think, 10 something Eastern time Sunday morning. So there'll probably be a flurry of finished socks coming in, submissions coming in the rest of today and into Sunday morning. So I suspect the moderators will be a little bit busy getting all of that done up. And once everyone's approved that's going to be placed on a team or on the cheerleader team, that all has to be organized. Then they have to get the teams all settled and organized, and then they have to send out test emails to all the teams to make sure that that all works. And then they have to release the specs for round 1 and then the pattern. So we could be seeing round 1 anywhere between Sunday afternoon at a very, very fast turnaround, which I highly doubt it'll be that fast. Or we might not see the pattern until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Who knows? I'm pretty sure, I would be very surprised if I don't have the round 1 socks in progress to show you next Saturday. I'm sure we will have the pattern out before next Saturday. but we'll see. So in the meantime, I want to continue working on the Gansy Adventure socks. And I'm kind of hoping I can get those done before the round 1 socks come out. So that's it for my knitting this week. I have the 3 little blankets for my friends' girls are in the washing machine right now. I will pop them in the dryer for a little bit. They're acrylic. The yarns were acrylic, so there was I think a little bit of wool and a couple skeins superwash, so I'm not worried about shrinking. So I have to get those in the dryer and get those all folded up and packaged up. I will be seeing my friend next Saturday morning. There's a group of us ladies that are getting together for breakfast, so I will see her then. So I will take them and give them to her on Saturday. And so those will be all done. And what else? So this week has been a week. Sunday was normal Sunday. And Monday was normal. Tuesday I had a doctor's appointment, just a regular with my GP, just to check, just like a regular annual exam. Everything's fine. He's happy with whatever I'm doing. He said just keep doing it. My glucose numbers are good. My blood pressure is good. My cholesterol numbers have come down a little bit, or they've improved a little bit since last time. And my cholesterol numbers are relatively fine. They're just a tiny, almost on the higher end of normal. He's not concerned about it, but they have improved a little bit from last time. So he's happy with that. So whatever I'm doing, he said, keep doing it. Then Wednesday, the hubby and I both had our annual eye exams. We both passed. There's no change in our vision from last year. I do have, she noticed this a year ago, I do have the very beginnings of cataracts in each eye, but she said that they're tiny, 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 and they may never do anything more. They may take 20 years to do something. There's the beginnings of them, but absolutely nothing to even think about right now. So that was good. Friday we had an appointment to go see our tax man, our accountant. We've been seeing the same guy for 10 or 12 years now. He's familiar with it. He works with H&R Block. He's familiar with our tax situation because my husband works as a pastor, so there's all kinds of tax implications of that. He gets a housing allowance, all kinds of stuff like that. So my taxes are straightforward and nothing weird. His taxes are a little bit more convoluted to do. So he's familiar with us. He knows us. He's been working with us for years. We make the trip back up to the town we used to live in, like an hour and 20-minute drive from here. We make the trip up there every year specifically to see our tax man. So that appointment was for noon on Friday. So we thought, well, there's a bunch of other things we wanted to do while we were there. So we thought, we're just going to get a hotel room. We're going to stay overnight on Friday night and come home on Saturday after lunch. Then we found out a friend of ours from church had to go into the hospital on Friday morning to get a heart catheterization test done to see if he needed stents or to see if there was any cardiac problems. So I thought, well, we can give him a ride. Because it was on the way to where we were going. It's about an hour's drive from our place where we live in. He lives not far from us. He's only about 10-minute drive from our place. So we thought, well, we'll pick him up in the morning. We'll take him once we find out what time his appointment is. Well, they wanted him there at 6:15 in the blessed morning. So we were up at 3:45 in the morning, got up, had our showers, got some caffeine into our bodies. We left our place at 4:30, picked him up, and motored on into the town. Because it's about the hospital where he had to go is about an hour's drive from our place. So we went to the address they gave us, it was the wrong place. So we sat there and waited for about 20 minutes, so half an hour. Because we were early. They said 6:15. We were there about 5 after 6. By about 6:30, found out we were in the wrong place. They don't do the heart caths in the spot where we had gone to. They just did they did MRIs, they did lab works, that kind of stuff, but they didn't do the cath tests. So I said, you have to go to this building, you have to go to the hospital part, because it's a big medical complex. And I've never been there before, so I don't know where anything is there. Neither has my husband. I don't even think our friend has been there either. So none of us knew where we were going. The blind leading the blind. So they sent us over to the vascular something or other, cardiac and vascular thing. We got there, talked to them for a while, trying to figure out where we're supposed to go. I'm just waiting out in the car. Hubby and our friend are in trying to get this figured out. We're in the wrong place still. So we went around to a third place in this complex and hop back in the car, go back around over to here. So we finally found, they said building 4. We're just like, oh, good grief. Why don't they just tell you that when you made the appointment the other day? Instead of saying like at 19 something, just say building 4. It's like and with the purple signs on it. We could have found that a lot more easily than driving around. Anywho. So we finally got him where he was supposed to be. So hubby went in with them, got him all settled, checked in, all that stuff. So I sat in the car knitting. So meanwhile, he finished up. Hubby comes back out about 7:30, 7:45. And so it's like, okay, so our friend's in. We're not sure when he's going to be done. We didn't know if he was going to, they said if they find something, they would keep him and do a stent. They might have to keep him overnight. All this stuff. So like, okay, well, let's just go. We still have our tax appointment at noon. So I thought, well, we're just going to go. We went and had breakfast. And then we found out that the Goodwill bin store opens at 8. So I thought, well, let's just go there. So we finished breakfast at 8:30 in the morning, which is like, it feels like it's about 2 in the afternoon already. So we went to the bins, looked around there for a while, got a call about 9:30 from the hospital saying everything's fine, your friend is finished, he doesn't need a stent, everything's good. And we said, well, we can't come pick him up till closer to 1 o'clock. So is it fine? They said, that's fine, we'll just keep him here. And so at that point, we're just like, well, so my hubby called the hotel. They didn't have another room available because we thought, well, we'll just get a second room for him. And I thought, oh, it's going to be so early. By the time we're done with the taxes, we've already done everything else we wanted to do in town. So let's just go home. So we phoned and canceled the hotel. Went, got our taxes done, got all our errands that we wanted to do, got our banking done, got a few groceries, got to the bins, got our taxes done, got everything done before 1 o'clock. So it's like, let's just go home. So we went and picked our friend up at the hospital. Then we had to make a couple stops on the way home. And so we finally got home. It was about 3:30 when we got home. And by then I'm just like, I don't think I knew my name. We had wanted to stop someplace. Our friend asked, hey, can we just stop at this little tiny grocery store? I almost drove right past it. It's like if they hadn't said anything, I would have just drove right past it. I probably would have just gone home and like taken our friend home with us instead of dropping him off before we got home. So anyway, so that's why I didn't even think of doing that undoing my twins last night. I thought, no, I'm not even going to try that. So I just watched a movie. I was in bed snoring about 10 to 9 last night. And I slept till 7 o'clock this morning. I slept for 10 hours. And I feel so much better today. So that's partly why I'm just like, I'm still tired today. It was a long day yesterday. By the time we were coming home, it's like, it feels like it was like, by the time we had a bite to eat and got home, it was almost 4 o'clock, between 3:30 and 4. And we're just like, we've been on the go for almost 12 hours already. And we've done like so much. And it's like, it felt like it had been about 3 days. We had been out and about. So I'm just like, so today I've taken it easy. So We just got a bunch of laundry done. See, it's warmer out. The motorcycles are out now. You get to hear motorcycles on a regular basis on the summer and spring and summer and fall episodes here. Anyway, so I'm tired. And there's just been, school's been busy, work has been busy. There's a few things going on there that are creating a little extra stress. You can see I got like a couple pimples on my chin. Good grief, I'm 60 and I'm still getting zits. I'll be the only little old lady in the nursing home that still has pimples. Anyway, stress. But it's all good. We've got a week to go. Yeah, 1 week of classes to go and we're on spring break. Hubby and I have rented a cabin from the Monday to Friday. I'm going to take you along. That's why I'm hoping the pattern comes out before a week Monday. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm really hoping I'm in the midst of working on that pattern when we leave for the cabin so I can just happily knit while I'm there. So I think I'm gonna stop talking now because I've just kind of really rambled on all kinds of random stuff that you guys potentially have zero interest in. But anyway, I'll get the editing done on this. I will get some more work done on my Gansy adventure socks. Hubby and I are gonna watch the movie Dune tonight, the first part of the new ones that came out. We're going to watch that this evening, and then next Saturday we're going to watch the second one that came out just this year. And what else? We got pork chops ready to cook for supper tonight with some veggies and potato. Oh, potatoes are veggies. Yeah, potatoes are veggies, Karen. We're going to have potatoes and peas and pork chop for supper. So that sounds good. And then watch our movie, and I'll probably be in bed snoring pretty early. We have to pick up our friend for church tomorrow morning, so we have to leave about almost 20 minutes, about 20-25 minutes earlier than we normally leave on a Sunday morning. The doctors told him at the hospital after he had the test that he should not drive for 3 days. So, and he's stubborn, so when he was saying, well, I said, they won't know. I said, no, we will pick you up on Sunday morning. Quit being a stubborn whatever. We will pick you up on Sunday. We go almost right past, like it's like a teeny little detour to pick you up. We will pick you up on Sunday morning. So we'll do that Sunday morning. So we have to leave a little bit early tomorrow morning. And I don't think he has to be anywhere on Monday. He just stayed home and relaxed all day today. But otherwise, so tomorrow will be busy, but I do want to get to bed early because we do have to get a little bit earlier start tomorrow. And yeah, my one course will be done the end of the weekend. So by the time Monday is finished, I will have all their final grading done, and I'll be down to just two courses instead of the equivalent of 4 courses right now. So that's going to be nice. It's going to be very nice. So anyway, I'm going to zip it, and I will see you guys again next week. So hopefully I'll have another finished pair of socks, and I'll be able to tell you about the Sock Madness Round 1 socks. Alrighty, take care everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.